I'm Henry Hill. I am an intern at British Future and I'm from Berkhamsted in Hertfordshire, which is just north of London in the home counties. My dad's from Birmingham and his sister lives in Scotland, and my mother is an Irish national from County Roscommon in the far west of the Republic of Ireland. As far as national identity goes, I've always considered myself very primarily British. I've never really bought into Englishness. Not a popular thing to say, a British future, but it's never really offered me very much, and I've never really connected with it. In terms of, I have connected with Anglo-Irishness because I have an Irish passport. My mother's a Catholic. My family are actually Catholic pro-union types, which is an incredibly uncommon thing to be. My grandmother, who I never met, apparently had a picture of the Queen on her mantelpiece in County Roscommon up until the 1960s and 70s, and one of my ancestors was a senior member of the British military establishment in Ireland before independence. So I've never had a clear-cut Republican Irish identity, which is the traditional Irish identity, and I've never really had an English identity, but I have had an identity that sort of is aware of both and blends the two, because I have both passports. And so I've always considered myself Anglo-Irish, and that's affected how I view politics and how I view national identity. But my primary sense of identity is Great Britain and Britishness. I have family in Wales, I have family in Scotland and the Republic of Ireland and England. And Britain has always been what I identify with the most. I identify most with its values and institutions, and I suppose one of the problems is that I'm not hugely into following sport. This is illustrated quite well by the fact that I was told it was socially unacceptable not to follow a football team by my parents, who are all football mad. And so I went, fine, I'll pick one. And I picked one which I thought had a nice name, which was called Hearted Midlothian. And it turns out that this is a Scottish team, which I knew, but what I didn't know is that Scotland had a separate league. I thought there was a British league, and so I wondered why for months on end I'd never heard anything about this football team I'd arbitrarily chosen to support. My parents told me that actually sport was divided up on national lines in the United Kingdom, and I was fairly shocked, and I was much more comfortable cheering for Team GB in the Olympics than I ever have been cheering for a national side, because I connect more with Britain. So yeah, that's me. British, Anglo-Irish, not really wholly English or Irish, as befits people of mixed parentage, but yeah, that's me.